I was found unconscious and, wound up waking up in the elevator strapped to a gurney and furious that I had made it. I was furious. And at that point, they're like, we cannot let you out. You have no idea how serious this is, and we won't let you go. If you don't go with us, we will commit you. And so it was terrifying, because here I was studying to be a clinical psychologist, and I was being threatened with commitment to a psychiatric hospital. So I went willingly, and it took a number of months to really start to see I was not crazy. I had been abused. And I think that's something that many trauma survivors struggle with, is the symptoms that come on because of the abuse make you feel like you're crazy, but in fact, it was the situation that was crazy. I'm Carrie Ishee, and I'm the author of Seduced into Darkness, Transcending My Psychiatrist Sexual Abuse. It's my memoir that chronicles the transformational journey I took to overcome the traumatic psychological abduction and sexual exploitation I experienced at the hands of the psychiatrist, 31 years my senior, that I had hired in college. I had hired him to help me overcome sudden onset panic attacks and depression, as well as help me navigate the spiritual crisis that I was in at that time. The treatment plan took a very different path than what I had imagined, and cast me on this very dark journey, challenging journey to overcome abuse and to find myself once again. My book, Seduced into Darkness, opens up in the first chapter with me being rolled out of the elevator into the hall of a psychiatric hospital because I had made a serious attempt on my life. It was the second one I made within a matter of weeks. I thought my life was over. I was committed to it being over. So to be rescued from that and find myself now contained in a hospital that was filled with doctors like the one that had just abused me was certainly an underworld experience, very, very chilling. Having been exploited by someone who's so powerful and had access to the deepest aspects of my psyche, it was really hard for me to trust another therapist. It was hard for me to trust men, people in general. I didn't trust their motives. I didn't trust my own ability to take care of myself and set boundaries. So it took a while to start to hear my voice again and get his voice out of my head, because as long as his voice was in my head, I didn't want to live. I slowly really got connected again with my authentic voice as I started to create abstract art imagery from my body, from what was going on inside of me, and could let that be the place from which I live my life and trust myself again. I work with a lot of trauma survivors myself at this point as a therapist, many sexual abuse survivors, and the journey back to self is absolutely about going back and retrieving what the wisdom is, what needs to be expressed from the body to clear out the circuits so that sense of what really is right and true becomes more and more solid. As women, we're very much trained out of our intuition and our body wisdom, and I think it's really important that we all come back to that as our greatest resource in terms of helping us direct our lives in a way that is authentic, empowered, and truthful. So many of us have been violated in our sexuality, and there is so much richness in taking the journey back to joy, to empowerment, to vitality. And so I hope it inspires people to never give up on themselves and to keep doing the work to move forward to become the person that you want to be. And I just want to challenge mental health professionals to keep working on their own personal growth and have balanced lives so that they don't wind up crossing boundaries in the slippery slope of getting their needs met through their clients. Seduced into Darkness is available now online and at your local bookstore.